These days, it's hard to think of a business sector that hasn't been affected in some way by advances in information systems. Whether you're talking about a small at-home venture, a startup company, or a Fortune 500 company, the proper application of technology can more often than not result in a competitive advantage. That's why knowledge workers are more valuable than ever in today's global economy. Take, for example, an advertising firm like Knight Agency in New York City. In the past, the road to success in advertising was long and traditional.
Strategic locations ensure repetition, and repetition creates consumer remembrance, driving home a message. Not once, not twice, but many times.
You started in a mailroom and you worked your way up. Not so for the founders of Knight Agency, who moved to New York City following graduation from college.
My partners and I were 23 and 24. We started with a couple phone calls and an idea that we could challenge the status quo of advertising. We were lucky enough to get Microsoft and MTV as some of our first clients, and it's been a wild ride.
Their firm, which specializes in flash-based web advertising and viral campaigns, was able to compete based simply on talent and moxie. Their startup costs were minimal.
The difference in the interactive space is really its speed to market. In the traditional advertising business, it was impossible for any small company to create a 30-second TV ad and buy media across all networks and so forth. Whereas the interactive space, it's totally turnkey, and anybody can really come up with an idea, produce a website, and have that website live for the world to see in a matter of a day.
It's a fairly cutting-edge idea, so Darren and his team have to keep a good line of communication open with customers to make sure the technique is working and that the intended message is getting through to the right demographic.
On the planning end, we use less market data. When the campaign is done, we actually measure data very closely. But the beauty of the web is how measurable it actually is, and you can see how many people are coming to our websites, how much time they're spending, how many people are signing up, how much email we're collecting, and really measure the success of the campaign. At the moment, a very exciting initiative we're working on is for the first ever global lottery for a new company that's going to be launching soon called PlayAuto.com, which is, as we see it, the first ever run solely through the internet and through cell phones.
Or how about the entertainment business out in Hollywood? Gone are the days when actors mailed off expensive headshots and resumes. Now all of that is online. In a similar fashion, the bar for entry for directors and other creative people is being lowered every day as it becomes more economical to produce films and other projects digitally.
This is a quickly evolving industry as new technologies turn the traditional push media environment, which refers to 3 networks, a few cable channels, and whatever's playing in your local theater as being your choices for media, to a pull environment where you have now 5 networks, an enormous number of cable channels, and the ability to go to a video store, to download, to buy DVDs. Your entertainment choices are much broader than they used to be, not only at any given time, but because of devices like TiVo. Whenever you choose to watch what's on TV, you can watch it, and programming has become an irrelevant concept for a lot of people.
In the nonprofit arena, organizations like the Greater Chicago Food Depository are able to run their business on the scale of a typical Costco with respect to warehouse size, distribution, inventory, and inventory management, simply because the tools required to track food shipments are accessible.
The Greater Chicago Food Depository serves over 91,000 people every single week, and in the course of a year it's over 300,000 individuals.
Our mission is providing food for hungry people while striving to end hunger in the community. Every day we're working to provide food through our warehouse, and that's certainly a core mission of ours. The other half of our mission is to break that cycle of poverty for so many individuals that rely on food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters.
We are not going to be left with food in the warehouse that perhaps maybe because we weren't efficient in our practices, it's going to spoil and we're going to have to dispose of it. There'll be a greater efficiency in the throughput of the products from receiving through shipping.
These tools allow small companies to act like big companies. 1154 Lil Studio, also based in Chicago, is in the business of custom-designed handbags.
Technology has really been important to Lil. In fact, it's allowed our business to grow. If we did not have the technology that we do, we would not be able to take as many orders as we do from 3 different stores, 30 different reps, our internet, and make it all happen in one place. We have a custom-built application. We call it Lisa, so we have a name for our database. Every time an order is taken, it deducts yardage from that fabric, it takes out the parts and pieces, it sends the customer an email saying, thank you for your order has been shipped. It puts it through cutting, through sewing, it takes it all through the stages of the production cycles.
Until recently, the only way customers could make a bag was to attend a home show or one of their 3 stores. Now, customers can go online, design and purchase a bag using a web architecture known as dynamic customization, which allows users to visualize their creation.
You choose your style, you choose your fabric, and you choose that particular part that you want that fabric for that specific bag. As in stores, you get to see what the actual product will look like in front of your eyes. With dynamic customization, you're essentially designing your bag online and seeing the finished product as well. And we really feel that this is a trigger point, and we feel that that's what turns a customer from a shopping customer to a purchasing customer.
Just a few years ago, such technology would have been out of their price range. The concept of banking has changed dramatically as well. All of us are used to banking online, but what about a bank that doesn't even have offices? That would be State Farm, who recently opened a banking division.
Obviously, State Farm has always been there to ensure our customers' liabilities. Now we're helping them plan for their future. With State Farm, you have direct deposit, you have an ATM debit card, so you can go to any ATM and have your services completed, much like most of the traditional banks, but for a lesser fee.
State Farm Bank operates through its network of over 16,000 exclusive insurance agents across the U.S., its 24/7 call center, and the Internet. State Farm believed that since its agents already had great relationships with its customers, it was the perfect opportunity to offer additional services. The path to achieving that goal of in-home online banking finally cleared with the explosion of use of the Internet and the federal deregulation of certain aspects of banking in 1999.
Knowledge workers can apply their skills in almost any industry. Let's say you're an accountant, but you love football. Well, why not be a football accountant?
It's an entertainment business, and that's interesting to me. It changes year to year. Get new players, new rules, new salary caps, so I like that.
I think if I was to give one lesson, it would be, if you have a passion for something, follow it, and don't worry about the dollars, because if you're good at what you do, the money will come. But most importantly, is you're going to love waking up every morning to go to your job, and you can't put a value on that.
That's good advice for anyone heading out into the job market or for anyone simply looking to make a change. In today's economy, there's unlimited opportunities for workers who realize the power of management information systems and information technology. Remember that regardless of the industry, the single most important resource in any organization is its people. And one of your most valuable assets is not technology, but how you decide to use it to work with and process information to further both your career and your goals.